General Motors has said that its 2009 sales in China rose 67% to a record 1.8 million vehicles amid tax cuts and incentives to help boost the industry. Detroit-based GM and other global automakers are looking to China's fast-growing market to drive sales amid slack demand elsewhere. Chinese auto purchases surpassed those in the U.S. for all but 2 of the first 11 months of the year. Total sales for December are yet to be released. GM said its own China sales in December soared nearly 100% from a year earlier to a new monthly high of nearly 190,000 vehicles. Beijing has helped to boost auto sales with tax cuts and subsidies for drivers to shift to cleaner, more fuel-efficient cars. China's manufacturing expanded in December for a 9th straight month as government stimulus spending boosted domestic demand and foreign sales rose. That's according to the HSBC China Manufacturing PMI, which rose to 56.1 from November's 55.7. That was the highest level since the survey began in April 2004. The survey reported that the level of New York rose at its fastest rate in 4 months, while producers reported buoyant demand from both foreign and domestic markets. Beijing's $586 billion stimulus program has helped boost growth by pumping money into the economy through spending on public works projects. Economic growth rose to 8.9% from a year earlier in the quarter ending in September, and the World Bank is forecasting 8.4% growth for all of 2009. China's vast armed forces are in for a substantial, expansive, and focused shakeup in the coming year, with a senior military official hinting at an extensive cut in non-combatant personnel. A key official at the top military school of the People's Liberation Army told state-run TV the streamlining is to free up resources for the military to upgrade hardware and restructure. Oh Tianping from the PLA National Defense University said there would be a focus on developing better weapons, cutting back on bureaucracy, and reducing the numbers of non-combatant personnel. Analysts have been predicting such a move, but Oh's comments are the first clear indication from a senior military official that significant reconstructing of the 2.3 million strong PLA is imminent. The remarks came as President Hu Jintao called for control over the military to be strengthened through the expansion of party organizations within the PLA. Hu also appealed for the military leadership to intensify efforts to clamp down on corruption, a persistent problem within the PLA in recent years. 7 people were killed after an overpass under construction collapsed in southwest China's Yunnan province. The accident also left 8 people seriously injured and 26 others with light injuries. The tragedy happened when an overpass under construction collapsed in an uncompleted airport in the provincial capital Kunming. 7 people working on the construction site were killed, while the others were injured by falling debris. The $3.3 billion new airport is being designed to accommodate 38 million passengers every year. The cause of the accident is under investigation. A man in the southern Chinese province of Guangdong has become the country's first person to be jailed for illegally obtaining other people's private information after selling phone numbers for city officials. Zhou Tianping was sentenced to 18 months in jail and fined close to $300. The 7 people who bought the numbers from Zhou defrauded money from the officials' friends and families. They were jailed for between 3 and 11 years for fraud. Zhou managed to buy the numbers of 14 provincial officials from online suppliers and sold 14 lists of the numbers for up to $220 each. The court heard that the people who bought the numbers managed to swindle more than $120,000 from the officials and their friends. Private enterprises in China will be given government backing to play a bigger role in the country's publishing industry. Government guidelines released this week say private enterprises will be allowed to publish books on topics like science and technology, finance and economy, and music and arts. The guidelines also give official backing to private players in exploring the overseas publishing market. Previous guidelines issued in early April last year acknowledged the status of private publishers for the first time. They also pledged policy support to media giants which publish newspapers and magazines overseas. And that's the BON headlines for now, but we'll be back with more news after this.